Have you ever wondered what Retray, the most liked level in Geometry Dash, would look like if it was an unbalanced extreme demon? Probably not. But anyways, in this video, I will show you how I turned Retray from this into this, featuring tight UFO clicks, deadly wave corridors, and straight fly. But before I get into the video, make sure to like if you enjoy and subscribe if you think you'll like my other content. So, in my levels list, we have Retray 2, which is just Retray. It's not like a sequel or anything, just copied Retray. So let's see, we have one spike, and I mean, if we want to make this an extreme demon, we can't have any single spike jumps, right? Oh wow, that's, yeah, it's bigger than it seems, apparently. I mean, the actual spike is up here, but the effect extends downward for some reason. So if I just jump over this, yeah, it's too easy. So if I turn on hitboxes, what we could do now is we can use this trail and adjust this spike so that it actually becomes really, really difficult. Let me make sure I'm just selecting everything here. 8 objects, I think that's the correct amount. So let me just move this very close. Yeah, that's super close. And now let's add another spike right here and make sure that it's, is this hard enough? Let's see. As you know, every level needs a double spike. Yeah, I think this is good. Let's see. Yeah, that's already difficult with the first jump. Yeah, the first jump's already difficult. I mean, I definitely died there. But I think we could just do the same thing for the next jump. Now, it should be around the same difficulty as this jump. It's not exactly the same. It's alright. But we have that. So now we have 2 double spike jumps. Now this jump is too easy, so I'm thinking what I could do is maybe extend it. Like if let's say I just had it to here, right? So this extension I would just delete. Alright, that looks better. Now we can, there's some lines here. Well, let's make these go across the whole bottom. Alright, and let's copy this saw blade and paste it down right here. Wait, I think there is better. Alright, now let's make sure this is actually possible. Just realized I had ignored damage on. Let's do that. Oh, it's possible. It's really hard though, and that's the whole point of this, right? So this jump, I mean, it's fine. It's basically just a transition, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. Let me just move the start position a little bit. Alright, so now we have a start position that's right before the ship part. And what I want to do with these parts of like the grid background, you can see there's like a bunch of squares. I want to have basically the super buffs, I want them to kind of follow the grid. So right here, as you can see, there are some arrows, and if I pause while the arrows are showing, I think I should be able to see when I select them. I think when I select them, they're already, like, they're visible once you select them, but it just makes it easier so I actually know where they are. What I think I want to do is select the arrows, except for the one in the middle. Alright, so these ones we don't need, we can remove those. And let's just see. This is weird. What's all that up there for? see, how does it look if I do that? No. So I could do this. Kinda works. And then we paste, put that here. And now, let's see. What groups are these in? Oh, they're not in any groups. So I'm guessing they don't pulse in any way. Which means that I should be able to just, you know, place down a spike here. No issues. Let me just, oh yeah. The rotate stuff is right there. Let me just adjust this real quick so that it follows the grid. Alright, now I'm guessing I could just copy it and then put it down here. Yes, that works. So now let me just play test this. Yeah. So we kind of have a little straight fly section here. Let me just test that out here. Oh my gosh, I was lagging a lot. Let me make sure I don't have ignore damage on. Okay. Yeah, so there's just one arrow, and yeah. Also, something that I'm thinking of, I accidentally exited out the level. Another thing I'm thinking of is that maybe like the these boxes right here that kind of appear, I'm thinking what I could do is that for every one of them I could put like a little saw blade. But let's make these invisible, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste these around on all of the boxes. I almost accidentally put one there, but I realized that the coin is there. So now, if I go to where any of the boxes are, then I die. Not too bad, but it does add a little extra challenge. Hold on, that might be an issue. Let me just do the same thing I did here, but with all the other pillars, and I'll see if it's actually possible. You know, this is, it looks a little bit concerning. I just realized I accidentally placed a saw blade here. I'm guessing I thought it was a block. Okay, now I just have to add the spikes. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. We have the next pillar down. But the main question is this even possible? Oh wow, yeah, so it is possible. I just did it. I managed to like swing up here from the bottom. So yeah, it's very tough, but it is possible. So that's good to know. I'm actually going to move the start position to over here because I already know that if I keep it where it is now, then it's not going to work out. Alright, now all I got to do in the ship section is this pillar, and then we can move on to the UFO. Okay, that is the last pillar done. Now let me just test this. It is a little bit tighter than it looks technically because, you know, kind of, you know, goes in ever so slightly here. Oh my gosh, that was kind of straight for like a second there. Alright, now the UFO part. So, this one is just, I mean, it's a UFO part. It's a very easy UFO part. Okay, finally, I got this kind of working. You know what I think I want to do? I think that instead of like adding these things around, I think I'll just put some saw blades. What color are they by default? Let me just turn on hitboxes real quick. Oh, that looks cool, actually. So we can use this. Let me actually turn Hitbax's back. Hitbax's? What's a backs? So that I can just get this, like, you know, not frame perfect gaps, but, you know, kind of tight. I think that's good. I think that's good. And we can have another one maybe right here. Let's see. Let me actually put one down here as well so that speed time, so that you can't just kind of like go through the bottom. I think that should be good. Let's see, how does it look without hitboxes? And that one looks kind of weird. We can move this up a layer. Is that in front? Yes. Alright. Now I'm probably going to time lapse the rest of the saw blade, so see you when I'm done. Okay, so I have all of the saw blades over here, and I think for this right here at the end, I'm going to want to put some spikes. So let me just get these spikes down because I think they look the best in this level. And let me see, can I get away with putting, wrong spike type. Can I get away with putting this half spike? Oh yeah, you can survive with this one. So, that's there. So, I think that looks good. It should be possible. Just estimating here. Not show triggers, show trajectory. Does that work here? No. I mean, who knows? It could be impossible. You know what? Just to be safe, let me just move that right there so that, you know, it's not too bad. Saving in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now for this ball part, I mean, same with the UFO. I mean, it's a ball part. I mean, it's just ridiculously easy. So I'm gonna have to be creative here if I wanna, you know, buff this. Let's make the game mode ball. Okay. Also the coin we might have to keep in mind. But let's see. What can I do to make this? Wait, I just got an idea. Show hitboxes. So you actually have some space here and here and here. So I'm thinking I could just like be incredibly evil and put spikes here. But like in the most precise location so that you really need to time these clicks perfectly. Hold on, let's check again. Does the big one work? Wait. It actually works? Kind of. This might be huge. Let me just make sure. If I move it by 1/8, oh yeah, that's too much. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if we move over by 11 pixels, then it works. So, well, let me try this in speak hack. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, when did I forget how to pronounce, like, when did I forget how to pronounce words? Anyways, I'm just gonna, you know, do a couple more tests and try to get a scenario where you can actually survive. Well, that was fast. Let me just turn off my speed hack. Yes, and I'm just gonna wanna take the same spikes and move them like this so that, oh wait, is that, can I move it closer and get away from it? No. I don't really want to go into the pixels. Yeah. I feel like that's extreme demon difficulty, right? No, I think I'm gonna, yeah, it's the same block, just one here. Let me actually copy this over to these ones. Let me actually, you know, like shake it up a bit. This one, maybe we could turn it that way. And this one that way. You know, just so that they're all unique. I'm not gonna lie, that might be something, oh my gosh. That might be something to think about later on. But for now, let's just worry about the main path. Not gonna lie, I think we might just do like the same exact thing. And let me turn off hitboxes. Just me, or does this look weird? Oh, they're two on top of each other. Of course it's gonna look weird. Let me just like copy and paste. So I'm thinking now we're gonna do something similar, except it's gonna be like swapped, right? So you can see there, right? Oh, let me just turn on no clip. Wrong no clip. Where is it? Ignore damage. Wait a second. I need to turn it the opposite way. I just realized it can't be like this because then it's impossible. Turn. Alright, there we go. Now, let me just line this up actually. Okay. I'm thinking of having like a triple spike jump that appears only when you come up here. So I'm just gonna make that real quick. So I added some spikes here that you jump over, and there's a toggle trigger over here where they're automatically off, but if you come through here then you actually have to jump over them. And I'm thinking that that actually might be harder than, you know, this ball part, so I'm actually going to move the coin back to where it originally was. Let me just make sure it's like, you know, placed correctly. Doesn't look that good. You probably thought I was gonna say it doesn't look that bad, but it could be better. Yeah, it could be better, but I think it's fine. And it's not like I'm expecting these to get rated because, you know, it's basically just copying a level and making it harder. It's not like I'm doing something like Stereo Extremist where I'm completely changing the decoration. So for this part right here, oh yeah, I also have to make it so that I'll put a ball portal here, but I'll just make it like invisible and stuff. So if you're already on like the main path, it won't really affect you much. Okay, so hide, no particle, no effects. And if I come in here, yeah, it just seamlessly transitions me into the ball game mode. And here, I mean, I don't know. You know what? How about let's do a click. Yeah, guys, that's right. We're gonna make you do a click. How scary. So what I'm thinking you're gonna do is you're gonna like click here but there's going to be something right there, like a spike right there, so that it's very tight. Yo, I don't know if that was good or not because I had hitboxes off. Let's try that again, but you know, with hitboxes on this time. Yeah, so, I mean, it's close. Let's see, how far can I make it? Not gonna lie, I think that's definitely possible. Let me see, where's my start position? Start position. Get over here so I can test something else. It's kind of like, you know, off-centered, but that's fine. You know what, let me just put it right here so that it doesn't really look that weird. Oh, that's possible, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's definitely possible, just a little difficult. And now this part with pot borer. This is actually very interesting. So I think to buff this, all I really need to do is see what are the groups here. So 31, I'm guessing the bottom is 32. Yeah. So what if I just like removed these? That's actually really hard. Not gonna lie, I was gonna make it so it's like accurate with the teeth, right? The hitboxes. And you'd have to go through there, but that's like top 1 difficulty straight fly there. You can move, like you can wriggle around in there, so it's possible. But yeah, it's very difficult. So what I think I'm going to do instead is actually make the... What even is that stuff over here? Anyways, let's just take the blocks, or, you know, the teeth, and let's remove the collision off of these so that we can make fake hitboxes using spikes. So that, you know, you can actually die. Oh, you know what? I just realized nothing's even moving, so I don't need this. I forgot. Alright, now it's really time-lapse time. Okay, I added spikes, and this actually might be like insanely difficult. So I'm gonna see if I can go through it in practice mode, and if so, that would be great. What did I just select? That's not start position. Alright, now start position. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, you know, see if I can get through it in practice mode, because that means it's possible. This is probably gonna be the hardest part of the level, honestly. But, you know, it's pot borer, so it's justified. Wow, I got through like over half of it and 1 checkpoint. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. I have auto checkpoints on, so, you know, place somewhere at the end. But yeah, it's possible. It's incredibly difficult, though. I think that's nice because, you know, it's an extreme demon. That's kind of the whole point here. Start position is going to move forward. And let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, we're still the ship. And what's up next? Alright, so there's a short sip. Oh my gosh, bro. We're gonna add a counter in the video or something, like for how many times I mispronounce words. That's crazy. But I think just spikes. That's what this needs. This just needs spikes. You know what? I don't think I really need a time lapse this first part. We could just like, you know, this first pillar, you guys can watch me make it. You know what? Let me just copy paste this. Oh, need to make sure it's actually all selected. Alright. do this, except let's do something to make it look, you know, different. Hold on, let me hitboxes. That look right? Hold on, let me. Oh, I got a crazy idea. That looks the same. Don't want it to look the same, so. I mean, that's really all we can do. It's fine. Let's make it look the same so that, you know, this part actually looks decent. And then for the top here, you know what, honestly, let's just copy paste it. This, let's move up. That should be good. And then the actual block part of it, just be copy pasted. And then we're going to, of course, add in some spikes. And they're not actually connected. Well, at least this one isn't for some reason. Alright. I like these little pillars where it's just kind of like you go into it, but it's only like a one block gap. Well, it's straight fly, so of course it's going to be a one block gap, but it only lasts for one block. Just like a pillar that goes straight up. I probably would have died there. And you know what? Let's make this like the break section, you know? We could add, you know, like pretty much just a few chill, you know, maybe easy demon difficulty. I think that's better now. What do you guys think? Too much? Yeah, too much. Let's just get rid of all these. Wait, guys, ready? Spam ASMR time! Oh, that was satisfying. Hey, you know what? I just realized there's like a little red alien here. Is that a Generation Retro reference? What I'm thinking is that maybe we can make this guy like fly up. Like he flies up. So you kind of have to like go down. Well, let me just show you guys what I mean. So let me add this guy to a group. Okay, group 70. And then, where's the triggers? Here. Maybe like right here we can add a move trigger. That's only like 2 seconds, so you barely have any time to react. And it moves up, let's say 1, 2, 3. You know what, let's do like 4 blocks. And let's do sign out so it really looks smooth. And target group ID 70. And another thing I want to do is actually add a little saw blade in here. I mean, that should be enough, honestly. I just make sure it's hidden. Add 70. So now, if I play the level, yeah, he just kind of like goes up there. What I want to do is actually make him go up 3 blocks. Yeah, that's what I was going to do before, yeah. 4. I think that's a bit too much because he kind of clips into the ceiling. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Let me just, you know, make sure it's possible. I mean, it already looks possible, but, you know, just in case. Yeah. I think that's nice. And the rest of it, I mean, I don't know. Here's what I'll do. These saw blades here that serve like no purpose whatsoever, because I don't even think you can see them. Let's move them up. You know? I think I'll just like randomly put them in places. Like this one. Have here. So you have to kind of go up there. It's probably not that tight, not that bad. We can have this as like a little break section. That can go there. This can go here. So you kind of have to swoop downwards and then kind of like straight fly down here. But then you have to make sure you come up because there'll be a saw blade right there. That's clever. So let me just see how this goes. That's good. I think I can move this one up a little bit. You know what? We can move it up like, yeah, that's good. Let me test it out again. Yeah, because if you go, I mean, I fell for the trick. But yeah, it should be good. You know what? I think, what group are these that they're like pulsing? 41 and 45. I think this one, yeah, 45. So that doesn't actually like, you know, move out. Because we don't want that. I'll add an exclamation point. So that, you know, it's not too evil. Let's make it 45. Edit object. Let's do this color. I think it's the same color as the alien, right? Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But you know what I think another thing I could do is make this group 71 and add an alpha trigger so that it's just like a little bit transparent. I feel like it just would make it look nicer. Don't want it to be in the negatives. I have no idea what that would do, but it probably wouldn't be good. Just set the opacity to 0.5 and why'd it move? Yeah, that works. Yeah, I really like that, Okay. The wave part. Honestly, for today, I think I'm just gonna, you know, be done recording. And tomorrow, I will pick up on super buffing the wave part. And who knows, maybe I'll finish it. But yeah, I'm thinking at least the wave and UFO part. Oh, whoa, that's the end of the level. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'm just going to record the rest of the video and super buff the wave and UFO, and then we'll be done with the level. So, see you all tomorrow.
The next day.
Alright, so I did all the recording for today, but it actually wouldn't show up for some reason. So I'm just going to go into the level and show you guys everything that happened. Something I did was I actually changed these jumps to look like clubstep monsters. This one has blue eyes, and it gets happy once you jump over, as you can see. And this one's just a derpy guy. He has red eyes, and one of them's looking up, one of them's looking down. The next change is a lot farther into the level, and it's with the wave part. So I just clicked to the sync of the song and kind of made a little wave section that's basically 1 unit you know, on this grid, 1 unit wide the whole way through, and it's like this for the entire wave part. Next up is this little cube part, and if I turn on hitboxes, you can see that I actually added spikes on these bricks, so you have to jump off the slope and then above the little bricks. And last but not least, for the UFO part, I removed all of the safeguards. Let me turn hitboxes back on. I removed all the slopes that are invisible so that you can die if you hit one of the platforms. And I also added saw blades on these moving hexagons. Another cool thing I added was I actually made this happy face look like a I don't know, sneaky face? What emotion is this? It's like the eyebrows are curved in, so it looks like it's mad, but it's also smiling. Looks kind of smug now that I think about it. Anyways, with that out of the way, here's the completion. I am going to upload Extremetray onto my account, so if you want to make progress on it or even try to beat it, then just post it with hashtag LPUnknown and I'll come take a look at it. Here we go. Now go to my account, Extremetray right here.